Safeguarding adults means protecting a person's right to live in safety, free from abuse and neglect. Safeguarding adults is a responsibility for every sport and physical activity organisation. Getting this right will ensure safe access for everyone. It is vital to look out for the welfare of all adults and be informed enough to ensure that any safeguarding concerns about adults are properly acted upon. Safeguarding adults is everybody's responsibility. They should respond and follow up any safeguarding concerns that they have about an adult to welfare officers or appropriate local bodies. Do I really need a safeguarding adults policy? The short answer is yes. The CARE Act 2014 put the safeguarding of adults on a statutory footing. If your organisation has regular contact with the public, you have a crucial role to play in the support, identification and reporting of adults who may be at risk of harm. Individuals across your organisation need to be informed enough to ensure that complaints and concerns about adults at risk are properly identified and acted upon. Organisations that fail to do this risk failing to meet their duty of care, which at worst could leave adults at risk vulnerable to harm. So how is safeguarding adults different to safeguarding children? Some of the key differences are: there are different laws for safeguarding adults. The process for dealing with concerns is different, and there are more types of harm for adults. The Mental Capacity Act 2005 applies to everyone involved in the care, treatment and support of people aged 16 and over living in England and Wales who are unable to make all or some decisions for themselves. There are also different categories of harm for children as there are for adults. Physical, sexual, emotional or psychological, neglects and acts of omission, financial or material, domestic abuse including coercive control, discriminatory, organisational, modern slavery, self-neglect. So now we have looked at why you need policies, but what about some principles to follow? There are 6 key principles when it comes to safeguarding adults. Empowerment. Clubs should talk to the adult if there are concerns and give people the choice and control over their decisions. Prevention. Clubs should create a culture that means participants feel able to discuss issues and know where to go if they have a concern. Make sure information is clear, simple and accessible so everyone has an understanding of the basics. Proportionality. When dealing with adult abuse, clubs should ensure that they always think about the risk. Be sure to respect the person, think about what is best, and only get involved as much as needed. Protection. Clubs should know what to do if there are concerns, know how to stop the abuse, offer help, support for people who are at risk, and identify who needs more in-depth training. Partnership. Clubs should work in partnership with each other and local communities to ensure everyone is playing a part in prevention, detecting, and reporting abuse. Accountability. Clubs should understand that everyone is accountable as an individual or as a club. Ensure that there are clear roles and responsibilities, and they must be clear so that people can see and check how safeguarding is done. Some of the top tips that you or your organisation should consider when it comes to safeguarding. If someone is injured or at immediate risk, take action, for example by dialing 999 for the police or for an ambulance. Speak to your welfare officer. If you are a sports club and have a national governing body, speak to their designated safeguarding lead. Collect available relevant facts and appropriate information. Make a written record of the concern. If you are considering making a referral to adult social care, you should try to gain consent from the adult. If you do not have consent to make a referral, then call the social care team and discuss the case without giving details. They will give you advice and tell you whether they can take the referral without consent. Now you have a basic awareness of safeguarding adults, it's time for you to go away and connect with relevant members of your club to ensure that you have an action plan in place. You develop a policy and implement procedures relating to safeguarding adults. Appoint a welfare officer who is responsible for safeguarding adults, or ensure your current welfare officer is adequately trained to safeguard both children and adults. Contact your NGB for further information. Ensure committee members, volunteers, and coaches within the club undertake this online learning. Make members aware of the new policy and procedures. Make your members aware of who your welfare officer is, should they have any concerns, whether they're an adult or a child. Add safeguarding adults as an agenda item for consideration at your next committee meeting. You can find out more information about adult safeguarding through some of the resources available in the bio.